A photo of the angular drive mechanism I'm referring to. This is about a 31-inch span model, and it is covered entirely in paper-thin balsa sheet. The kit originally came with tissue covering. The model's quite dusty, being hung up for a good 22 years. It needs a good cleaning, but it has otherwise survived in very nice condition. It was only test flown a couple of times. As mentioned before, inside the nacelle is the prop shaft, and then the spiral spring takes a 45-degree angle, and the rubber belt runs in down the middle of the wing, as I showed in the photograph before. So you would wind this, and the spring and the rubber is still in there, and I'm going to give a quick demo to show what it sounds like with all three motors spinning. On the bottom of the ship is three numbers written down to remind me of the winds of the revolutions for each of the propellers. The nacelles being about 160 and the central nose prop about 220. And during the absence between takes, I had a minor tragedy. These are all original rubber motors, which are like 22 years old inside of these wings, and I had one of them break during the winding. The rubber is old and dry from age, and as you can imagine, with this being all solid balsa, it's going to require surgery to cut in there and replace the motor, the rubber, if I ever want to. But I am still holding this nacelle prop. It's part wound, and I can just show you now the unique sound that this plane makes, like no other ordinary rubber motor. I'm trying to do this with no assistance. My finger's holding the prop here. Please stand by. I'm going to try to reposition all of this so that I can get my... Hold on. Okay, well, with one nacelle running anyway, here it goes. So that was about a half wind, and that's the starboard nacelle, but the port nacelle rubber snapped during winding. Very disappointed about that. I don't run this model very often. I don't know when I'll have time. And the central rubber is still good, but that's your original prototype kit TM-7. I think only a couple of hundred of these were sold around the world back in the early 1990s. More of the Chris Fraud Industries prototypes are in here in the garage. Here is the Ford tri-motor. And the Junkers JU-52. Both of these are in pretty good shape. Here's another shot of the Junkers 52. The rubber motor and the belts long since dry rotted, so they were removed. But I could stick a new motor and belts in this and fire it up someday. And a ceiling shot of the Ford tri-motor. Here, tucked away up in the rafters, is the last of the inventory of the original kits as I used to ship them out. On the bottom 4 are the profile kits, and then the top box is the JU-52, the kit number 7, the full-scale model. This is one of the profile kits, this one happening to be the kit TM2, the Alcione. And these thin boxes suffered perhaps a 10% damage rate in shipping, since they were thin, long boxes. When I say damage, I mean cracked balsa sheets. That's one of the reasons I'm only offering the short kits today. The KI-46. A very dusty Alcione. Likewise, a very dusty Dornier 335. This video brought to you by the motion picture Saga of a Crew.